Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Martin Wenzel. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hope you're having a good morning. Streaming today just on YouTube. See if we can make the stream a little bit better over here. Welcome in to World Tour Flight. What is it, 272? About that? Yep, 272. We're flying out of Macau in southern China. Headed to Manila, Philippines. We're on Cebu Pacific. We flight 363 in the Airbus A320neo using the FlyByWire A20N mod. Let's get inside and start setting things up. Paperwork here. Sounds like I got the battery switches on already. Alright. We're gonna go right from scratch. Cold and dark startup. Okay, so safety check. Engine master 1 and 2 off, ignition selector normal, weather radar off, landing gear down, wipers both off, batteries both off. Check them to see if they're above 25.5 volt. They are, and we can turn those on. We have external power, so we'll turn that on as well. And while we're at it, we're going to do our light test. Have logo light on. Do the APU fire test. APU master switch. After 3 seconds, you have APU available. Go, flap open. Start. Alright, cockpit lights as required. We're looking pretty good lighting wise right now. On this integrated lighting. Get that going. A little bit of flood. Alright, ACU and brake pressure test. See, it's in the green. Flaps in the 0 position. Ground spoilers retract and disarmed. Probe window heat auto, not illuminated. There. APU bleed on only if ground, if no ground air unit. We don't have ground air unit, so we'll turn on that APU bleed. Air conditioning panel. Checking no white lights. X bleed auto. Temperature selector set. Electrical panel. No amber lights except for the generator and generator faults. Ventilation panel. Leave it right there. No white lights. Recall. Hold 3 seconds. Right, door page. Checking our oxygen. 1700 psi. Hydraulic page. Our quantity. Wonder if we're supposed to turn on the hydraulics so we get that. Do that. I'm not sure how we check the quantity. There is no. Not showing me anything there. Engine page. Check our oil. We've got 24.3 quarts. Emergency equipment check. Circuit breaker looks good. External walk around. Alright. Alright, so we're going to start doing our flow. Captain flow. Overhead panel. Clear and white lights. So crew oxygen supply. Ground control on. PVR test. Have 1, 2, 8. Audio switching normal. Up there. No smoking auto. Emergency lights armed. Exit lights armed. Cabin pressure panel, check no lights. Air condition panel, no lights. Alright. Get self-loaded cargo started. Get that going. Alright, so we need our fuel. Not doing that.
Ground to cockpit.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. How are you tonight?
Hi there. I'm very well, thanks. Go ahead.
Great. We're just preparing the cabin for the passengers. We'll speak to the terminal staff once the door is opened and find out how long they think it'll be until boarding begins.
Okay, no problem. Feel free to open the doors whenever you're ready.
No problem.
Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please.
Clear enough. 4 out of 5.
Okay, Captain. Radio check complete. We'll contact you once the ground vehicles arrive and we're ready to start loading.
Roger.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
Hi, Captain. Just a quick update to let you know that we've started loading. We'll contact you again once we're done.
Roger.
Hi there. We're now refueling the aircraft and we'll let you know once it's completed.
Roger.
Alright, so we got that aligning. Alright, let's get into the FMS. Check our air rack. Good. Go to the init page, and we can actually pull this right in from Sim Brief. Perfect. Alternate, I'm not sure where that is, but ideas Estado Macapagal International Airport. Couldn't tell you where that
Hello.
is exactly.
Hi. Okay, I've spoken to security, and I'm told they'll be ready to send the passengers down to us in a few minutes.
Thanks.
Give me a call if you need anything else. I'll speak to you in a bit.
Alright. We can actually get our zero fuel weight and zero fuel weight center of gravity. We'll just put it in right over here. Oh, wrong one. One panel. Our payload. And right there, zero fuel weight, 58.2 and 33%. .05. I feel we're going to have a little bit more than that.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. The passengers are ready to come on board. Are we okay to get started?
Yes, you can start boarding if you're ready.
Excellent. We'll get started then, and I'll let the rest of the crew know we're ready. It might take a few minutes for the passengers to start arriving, though.
I get our trip wind.
Ground to cockpit.
Wind component +3.
Hi, Captain. Fueling has been completed.
Roger.
A flight plan. Double checking this. Going Grupa. Victor 4, Norman, Alpha 461. Avmup, Whiskey 16. Paddle. Go. Here, let's get our clearance.
Cebu A363, clear to Ninoy Aquino, via Group 2 Papa, departure, runway 16, initial climb 4000, then as filed, squawk, 6553.
Cleared to Ninoy Aquino, via Group 2 Papa, departure, runway 16, initial climb 4000, then as filed, squawk, 6553, Cebu A363.
Cebu A363, read back correct, report when ready.
Will report when ready, Cebu A363.
Alright, so there's the flight plan. We'll go to the performance page. That's about right for the transition. Higher. That's just kind of. It is 9,000 on the dot. Okay, 9,000 on the dot for that. Once pull up our calculator and calculate. Alright, so we have a V1 of 145. Now we have to put that in. 145, 146, 151 for the V2. Transition 9,000. Thrust direction is going to be 1,100 feet. Flaps 1. And flex temperature 67 Celsius.
Boarding completed.
Oh, really? No, I think that came from... Do I have the audio on for... Yes, I do. I'm going to turn off those announcements since we do have double lane cargo running. Alright, we're good on that. We'll do the oxygen mask test. I don't think there's a way for me to do it in this plane. Perfectly fine. Alright, flight director's on. Get that altitude set. 4,000. Flare shield lights. Good. LS button off. EFIS modes as required. We got that. Speed Mach is dashed. Heading is heading we want. SU altitude selected 4,000. Standby instruments checked. Clock check. Anti-skid nose wheel steering on. Weather radar off. Predicted wind shear off. Gain and tilt set mode as required. That one. Decam status page, pressure page. Here, landing elevation auto, 50 feet. Cockpit door locked. Could actually make it quieter, but it doesn't. Thrust levers idle, engine 1 and 2 master switches off, engine mode selector normal, parking brake off, gravity gear extension stowed, ATC mode selector auto, 1, altitude reporting on, squawk code set, ECAS standby. Alright, we're looking really good. We're just waiting on the loading. It's gonna take forever. I'm gonna turn that sound effect off. A little loud, it seems.
Hello.
Hi there, Captain. All of the passengers are now on board.
Thanks.
No problem.
Seatbelt sign on. Have no smoking on. No reason for it to be any different. Right, so we're just about ready. Let's get pushback prepared.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Ground power disconnected. Move the unit. Fuel on board. 5,880. Check. General power off and removed. Alright, before start checklist down to the line. Cockpit preparation completed. Gear pins and covers removed. Signs on and auto. Deer's nav. Fuel quantity 5880 kilos. Takeoff data set. Barrel reference 1014 set. Alright, request start clearance.
Macau ground, Cebu Air 363. Request pushback and startup.
Cebu Air 363. Pushback and startup approved.
Pushback and startup approved. Cebu Air 363.
Release parking brakes, please.
A parking brake. There it is.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, below the line. Windows and doors closed. Beacon light on.
Ground to copy.
Thrust levers idle. Parking
Go
brake
ahead.
on. Perfect. Parking brake released before start
Cabin
checklist
crew,
complete.
doors to automatic, please.
Just a reminder, if you're using software to track your virtual airline flights, you might want to start it now if you haven't already. We're ready to disconnect.
Thanks for the help. Pin straight ahead and we'll see you next time.
Starting engine 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit route. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, you will put your baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown.
Starting engine 1.
Must be fastened when the seatbelt
Please set parking brakes.
Keep it fastened at all times.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Pull the mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth, hold in place with a strap and pull on each side to adjust.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
If we land on water, take the life jacket from under the seat. Put it over your head. Cast the tapes around your waist, click together and pull the strap to We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must be
Unlocking gear.
Macau Information Sierra 1226 wind 093 degrees at 14 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Sky condition. Fuel 4,000 feet. Temperature 27. Dew point 22. Altimeter 2994. Transition altitude 9,000. Transition level. Flight level 100. Landing runway 16. Departure.
Left is clear.
Which
Right
they
is
added
clear.
for some reason. Hey, we got engine startup. APU bleed off. APU off. Engine anti-ice and wing anti-ice. We're not going to need it. Ground spoilers armed. Flaps 1. Rudder trim 0. Pitch trim as required. Really have calculation for that. ECAM check. Status no reminder. Good, we're normal. After start checklist. Anti-ice off. ECAM status checked. Pitch trim set. Rudder trim 0. Checklist complete. Flight control check. Pull up. Pull down. Neutral. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral. Rudder. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral.
Cebu Air 363, request taxi.
Cebu Air 363, taxi to holding point runway 16.
Taxi to holding point runway 16, Cebu Air 363.
Right. Short taxi. Runway 16. Yep, we're in the Airbus A320. Hey Ben. Hey Falling YT. I've been trying to add some more buttons on my joystick and on my throttle for controlling some things. I got the altitude switcher put on there, so that's nice, but I think I have some light control. Well, actually forgot to put those taxi lights. That's not the one we want. There we go. Forgot which buttons are which though, so not very useful at the moment. But kind of trying to get some buttons so it's like when we land and I'm taxiing off runway, or while I'm taxiing, I can do a few things without having to look around. I can just flip switches. That's the goal, at least. Trying to figure out what these lines are doing here in Macau. They're swerving, wobbling around. I wonder if it's because we're over water, so maybe the taxiway is getting hit by the waves. Kind of weird.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. Everyone's seated and secured for takeoff.
Thanks.
Just let me know when you're ready to go, and I'll get the crew seated.
I will, no problem.
Actually do that right now.
Cebu Air 363, contact Macau Tower 118.0.
118.0, Cebu Air 363.
I'll call you back in a sec. Sorry.
No problem.
There's a landing light. Okay. Strobe light.
Macau Tower, Cebu Air 363, runway 16, ready for departure.
Cebu Air 363, line up runway 16.
Line up runway 16, Cebu Air 363.
Alright, before takeoff. Checklist, flight controls checked, flight instruments checked, briefing confirmed, flap setting 1. We got our V speeds, ATC set, ECAM memo, takeoff. Takeoff no blue, but we have to actually make that cabin call. Takeoff no blue. Yes, no. There we go, takeoff no blue. And we'll line up
Cabin
runway
crew,
16.
seats for takeoff, please.
Right before takeoff, below the line, cabin crew advised, engine mode selector normal. X on.
Ladies and gentlemen, because this is a nighttime
Cebu Air 363, wind 093 degrees at 14 knots, runway 16, cleared for takeoff.
stand back on once you've completed our departure.
Runway 16, cleared for takeoff, Cebu Air 363.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Cebu Air 363, contact Hong Kong radar 126.3.
126.3, Cebu Air 363.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hong Kong radar, Cebu Air 363, Grump 2 Taipa, departure at 2000, climbing 4000.
Cebu Air 363, radar contact, continue
Climb in
climb
then.
4000, altimeter 2994.
Continue climb 4000, Cebu Air 363.
Cebu Air 363, contact Hong Kong Center 125.8.
125.8, Cebu Air 363. Hong Kong Center, Cebu Air 363, Grump 2
Flaps
Taipa,
up.
departure at 2800, climbing 4000.
Cebu Air 363, radar contact, continue climb 4000,
Cabin crew, you're free to move around the cabin.
QN81014.
Continue climb 4000, Cebu Air 363.
Autopilot engaged.
Cebu Air 363. Continue climb flight level 390.
Continue climb flight level 390, Cebu Air 363.
Hong Kong Center, Vietnam Airlines 586, inbound Charlie Alpha Mike Romeo India at flight level 330. Vietnam Airlines 586, radar contact, maintain flight level 330. Maintain flight level 330, Vietnam Airlines 586. Giant A543 Heavy, cleared Camp 3 Alpha, arrival. Cleared Camp 3 Alpha, arrival. Giant A543 Heavy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelts fastened while the seatbelt sign is active.
Giant A543 Heavy, continue descent 2000, QN81014. Continue descent 2000, Giant 8543 Heavy. Bauhenia 6190 Heavy, cleared Abbey 3 Alpha, arrival. Cleared Alpha Bravo Echo Yankee 3 Alpha, arrival, 619 Heavy. Giant A543 Heavy, contact Hong Kong approach 119.5. 119.5, Giant 8543 Heavy. Bauhenia 6190 Heavy, contact Hong Kong approach 119.5. 119.5, Bauhenia 619 Heavy. Air China 8545, contact Guangzhou Center 118.95. 118.95, Air China 8545.
After takeoff, climb checklist, landing gear up, flaps retracted, packs on, barrel reference standard. F for both.
China 73038, expect India Delta Uniform Mike 1 Alpha, arrival, Golf 408, ILS, Zulu, approach, runway 02 left, report when ready for descent. Expect ADAM 1 Alpha, arrival, Golf 408, ILS, Zulu, approach, runway 02 left, report when ready for descent, China 73038.
Hong Kong Center, China Eastern 2056, Cebu Papa, departure at 3,300, climbing 4,000.
China 73038, ready for descent. China Eastern 2056, radar contact, continue climb 4000, QN81014.
Continue climb 4,000, China Eastern 2056.
China 73038, descend flight level 190. Descend flight level 190, China 73038. Hong Kong Center, Hong Kong Shuttle 764, Paper 1 Alpha, departure at flight level 90, climbing flight level 110. Hong Kong Shuttle 764, radar contact, continue climb flight level 330. Continue climb flight level 330, Hong Kong Shuttle 764. China Eastern 2056. Continue climb flight level 330.
Continue climb flight level 330, China Eastern 2056.
Red Cat 130, clear can 3 Alpha, arrival.
Clear Cat 3 Alpha, arrival 130.
Cathay 473, heavy, cleared heavy 3 Alpha, arrival.
Good evening once again from the cockpit. I hope you're enjoying the flight so far. We're currently climbing up to our cruising altitude of 39,000 feet, so I thought I'd give you a quick update. We're making good progress towards our destination and expect to arrive on time as planned. You'll next hear from me just before we start our descent. I'll be sure to keep you updated if anything changes, but in the meantime, please feel free to relax and take advantage of our onboard facilities. Thanks very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, so you are now free to move around the cabin. However, for your safety, we do recommend that you remain seated with your belt fastened at all times during the flight. Thank you.
Red Cat 130, contact Telephone approach, 119.5.
We are about to start one of our in-flight reviews. If you'd like to watch, please plug in your headphones and select channel 8 from your armrest remote. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the film.
China 73038, proceed direct India Delta Uniform Mike Alpha. Proceed direct Vigila, China 73038. Cathay 521, heavy, cleared heavy 3 Alpha, arrival.
Cleared heavy 3 Alpha, arrival, Cathay 521, heavy.
Cathay 473, heavy, contact Hong Kong approach, 119.5.
119.5, Cathay 473, heavy.
China 73038, contact Guangzhou Center 118.95. 118.95, China 73038. Cathay 521 heavy contact Hong Kong.
Trying to figure out what lights I was seeing over there, and that's actually seeing the south coast of China, Hong Kong back there. That's gonna get pretty dark pretty soon. We're flying real time. The real life flight takes off about midnight, just before midnight, so I'm actually taking off a little bit earlier. I think it's about maybe about 8:49 p.m. now, this current moment. Lights back there. If you're watching live this afternoon, hopefully I'll be able to get in another SkyWest regional flight with a pilot's life too, flying from Detroit down to Birmingham, Alabama. Hopefully.
VH to 947, contact 1 out center 118.95.
118.95, VH to 947.
I had the feeling I put in the wrong. Don't have the same. Trying to figure out where we're flying. I don't have the. And Navigraphs doesn't even have this Archer. Okay. Wasn't following my following on Navigraphs properly. I haven't tried it. It looks good. It is obviously it is a different plane even. I mean, it is the current engine option, the CEO, versus here that you have the Neo, the new engine option. So they are technically two different planes. I do have to say that, yeah, I mean, I can always tell when someone's using the Phoenix just because some of the graphics look a little bit different, look a little like the switches. But again, I think FlyByWire's done an amazing job for a freeware product.
Cathay 097 heavy, please heavy 3 alpha arrival.
Well, I'll say some of these textures are actually, I don't know. Oh, there we go.
Cathay 097 heavy.
I enjoy it still. I'm not really in the market for buying multiple planes or multiple versions of the same plane. It's like if I have a free version that is really good, like the FlyByWire, I'm going to stick with that. There aren't too many planes like that though in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yep, same thing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, the 380 for sure. Looking forward to it. What else is coming out there? I know there's a few other free planes coming on the pipeline. Obviously, the Kuro 788 is pretty good. Pretty good kind of modding of the 787-10, kind of making it a much better plane, I think.
Approach runway 07 right. Report when ready for descent.
Expect Sierra India Echo Romeo 7 Alpha, arrival, Lima India Mike Echo Sierra, ILS, approach, runway 07 right, report when ready for descent, Cathay 784, heavy.
Cathay 3310, heavy.
Is that a free one? Is that Blue Simulations? It's a free, I know there's someone, yeah, doing like another free plane I can't think of at this point, but.
Center, smart cap 305, at flight level 270, descending flight level 140.
305, radar contact, proceed direct Sierra Mike Tango, continue descent flight level 140.
Proceed direct Sierra Mike Tango, continue descent flight level 140, smart cap 305.
China Eastern 2728, proceed direct Mike Alpha Golf Oscar Golf, Dennis File. Proceed direct Mike Alpha Golf Oscar Golf, China Eastern 2728.
Yeah, let's take a look where Microsoft Flight Simulator planes upcoming. If that search gives me anything. 30 best. There's just so many places to get information about. Trying to find information.
Cathay 097, heavy, descend flight level 90.
I'm still looking. I think my biggest thing I'm looking forward to is Beyond ATC. Even though I'm using FS HUD ATC right now, and it works really well. It works pretty good. I mean, there's been some weird things once in a while, but it handles the traffic decently. It puts a big strain on the system. And I've heard that Beyond ATC, they've talked about how it's like they're going to be a little bit lighter on the system, injecting all those planes and controlling those planes. We'll see how that is. But of course, big thing is that you'll be able to interact with Beyond ATC using voice, with the ATC using your voice. And the voices, depending if you pay like a little subscription fee you can pay, and you'll get like even better voices. But I think even the kind of computer voices sound light years ahead of what we get from most ATC programs.
Cebu Air 288, expect head on 1 Alpha, arrival, Golf 408, ILS, Zulu, approach, runway 02 left, report when ready for descent. Expect India Delta Uniform Mike 1 Alpha, arrival, Golf 408, ILS, Zulu, approach, runway 02 left, report when ready for descent, Cebu Air 288. Cebu at 288, ready for descent. People at 288, descent flight level 190. Descent flight level 190, Cebu at 288.
Yeah, okay, I found it in my Discord. Digital Flight Dynamics, it looks like they're working, or at least last I was paying attention, they're working on an A350. A350X, kind of going with that same kind of numbering scheme like the A32NX and stuff like that. Let's see, where are they progress-wise? Yeah, last time they updated progress or had anything was July, so who knows? Oh, actually, this aircraft is about to release. I'm so hyped. Yesterday, said that. I don't know if they're just being silly. Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, they're just not dropping updates. I mean, they even said it, that's like it's been a year since our last, developer update, and, that was in July. They said, hey, here's a development update. I know it's been a year, but instead of spending time doing an update, telling you what's going on, we're just going to spend the time actually working on the plane itself, so. Yeah, that's how freeware goes. Fly-by-wire? Yeah, there it is. Fly-by-wire. Let's see if I can find it. What's going on with the A3? Or the A380? I don't really follow these things closely, and then it just like something pops up and it's like, oh, that's out. Cool. Even the other day I was on flightsim.to and there were a whole bunch of, suddenly I was seeing all these GSX things to go along with the, I think it was the A350 or something. I'm like, oh, is there an A350 out? Or it was some plane. And it was because someone had converted a number of different planes from FSX, from Flight Simulator X, and I kind of looked at them and I was like, yeah, they don't look that great. I don't know if I'm going to bother downloading those. I'm sure some people are going to use them, but they really look like you just dropped a plane from FSX into Flight Simulator, and it's very clear. You know, and I'm like, well, visually it doesn't look great, and I don't even know if all the systems are going to operate, so I'm going to waste my time right now. Is that what they say? It's the 8th? I thought they were working on more of a cockpit. I could have sworn, they had a ton of modeling going, so that's what's confusing me, that they're just using the A320 cockpit. I know I was just reading a discussion where someone was talking about that, but I think they were talking about the A330, like the headwind. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't follow it close enough. Like, once you have something that I can actually, like, download and look at, then I can make a decision. Yeah, I think they're going with a custom cockpit because if I'm looking now, this was a picture from last year. This was a picture from last year, July of last year, with their update. And, they got keyboards in. Good stuff. Definitely not the A320. I mean, you can see it's definitely a work in progress, but well, it looks like they're actually doing a little bit more than other planes, which is what I expected. That's what I think I've been seeing from them. Oh yeah, anytime you do like an FSX conversion, a lot of those, yeah. Well, a good FSX conversion, like ones I think are the good ones are, yeah, if you bring in the model for the plane, so it's like when you go to external view, when you're moving around, it's a bigger plane, right? It's the A330 or it's the A350 or it's whatever. And then, yeah, when you go in the cockpit, oh, okay, it's just the A320X flight deck. I'm fine with that. I mean, for a free, just rough conversion. I've had a few conversions. I think there are a few that just went up recently on FlightSim, or yeah, FlightSim.to or whatever it's called, and it looks like they just poured it over the plane. Like they didn't even put a cockpit in, a flight deck. So it's like, I don't know if it operates properly. I might be wrong, but the images looked like either it looked like they just dropped it in from FSX, and I could tell it was in Microsoft Flight Simulator because the world looked great, but then the flight deck just nothing special there.
Cebu A363, contact Manila Center 128.
Oh yeah, there is an A350. That's what I was looking at. Yeah, A350 converted from FSX. Yep. Yeah, that just dropped a couple days ago.
Manila Center, Cebu A363, inbound Marmot at flight level 390.
Cebu A363, radar contact, maintain flight level 390.
Maintain flight level 390, Cebu A363.
I could have sworn I saw inside images. Oh, can't find it now. You actually see our radar works here in the A32NX. Oh cool, we actually have a radar. Finally. Alright, so we just crossed into Manila Center. Just under probably a third. Okay. Hello, we're fun. Fun to see on this flight, since we are on 9:12 p.m. Just start getting lights once we get close to the Philippines. Man, I feel a little embarrassed. I can't, should be able to read your name. Hello? What is that? No. Slightly different characters than I know. I feel like it's like a yang there at the end. Nice avatar there. Welcome in. Yeah, we're flying down from Macau to Manila, Philippines. Middle of the night here, so not much to see outside the cockpit, but even if wouldn't be much to see outside anyway, maybe some clouds. Get a wing view from inside the cabin. Forgot to do Armless ground spoilers, we don't need those. We don't need those right now on this cruise. They're pretty good. You're hearing like toilets flushing and stuff. That's from self-loading cargo. It's a couple, well, it's probably 2 or 3, maybe even 4 different programs you can use for adding in sounds. I mean, more than that. Then you got FS Realistic, but then you got a bunch of passenger kind of simulation things, PAC-X, self-loading cargo. Get the other one I've been seeing in development. Cambodia? Like Cambodia? Is that what you're... Like the country? Cambodia? Like in the sim? Yeah, every country is in the sim. I mean, everywhere in the world. Yeah, we can fly. I mean, we're gonna fly to Cambodia.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. How are things? All good?
Thanks for asking. Everything is going great.
Call me if you need anything.
So let's see. Got it somewhere. Flight schedule. Alright. Are pretty far behind, about a month behind schedule now because we had some issues flying into Shanghai. Today we're flying into Manila. Next flight we're going to be flying over to Taipei, Taiwan, then back to Hong Kong, Brunei, Singapore, Timor-Leste, Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, Cambodia. So that one, ooh, get some thunder there, or some lightning. Yep, we're going to be going to Phnom Penh International Airport in Cambodia, out of Myanmar, Yangon. That was originally, I was going to originally fly that towards the end of this month. It'll probably be a few weeks after that, more into November by the time we get there. I have to kind of redo my dates for our schedule. It is not the Phoenix. This is the FlyByWire A20N, so the free mod. But yeah, look, we got some the lightning going on there. It's a little strange considering kind of coming out of whatever storm was going on. Navigraphs to see what we've got for weather. Kind of interesting because we kind of just flew out of it. Now maybe the it's been a while since I've seen lightning in the sim. Well, we did just fly to Beijing here on the World Tour. I did a few flights. I did a long haul flight in, but also here on the World Tour. It looks decent. I mean, not great. Problem with Microsoft Flight Simulator, they just do not have very good map coverage for China. The Bing maps, the Microsoft Bing maps that everything's based on here in Flight Simulator are really out of date. And I know that because when we flew over Hangzhou, and well, we flew from Shanghai down to Macau, we took the route that goes right over Hangzhou, right over a thousand, you know, the, what is it, Qingdao-hu, Thousand Island Lake area there where I lived. I lived in Hangzhou, and then my wife is from Jenda, right there where the dam is that creates the Qingdao, or Tiandao, not Qingdao. Qingdao is up north, but Tiandao, the Thousand Island Lake. Yep, we lived right there, just down the river from the dam on the Xinanjiang. That was the city, the town in Jenda. But we flew over, you know, when we fly over it in Microsoft Flight Simulator, you can't even see my apartment building. It's not there because the Bing map is probably 10 years old or 15 years old, and everything was just under construction in that area, a lot of it. Because, you know how China is, everything's just building more and more apartment buildings. But I'm working on it. I'm looking at I've downloaded a lot of freeware airport upgrades for China, and I want to, yeah, fly to a lot of those. So we'll see. I've got a few projects for doing my flights. I'm doing this world tour, flying into every country and territory in the world. Right now we're flying down to the Philippines. We're going to be flying into Taiwan next, then back to Hong Kong. We're done with China. I don't think... Well, we might be heading up in China. Then we're going... No, I'm coming back to China. We're going to be out in the Middle East, and then we're going to come back to China. Rimchi, fly out there. Probably sometime next year, January. Not yet. I am planning, my goal, my plan. Got a few things gotta get settled first, but planning on going to flight school, starting flight school next summer. That's the plan, but we'll see. Once I figure out when I'm starting flight school, then a month before we're gonna travel back over to China and visit my wife's family. And actually, my wife and son are gonna stay over there then for a few months, because it's been almost 5 years since my wife is since we left China, and my wife hasn't even seen her family in that long. Yeah, but what I'm doing with my my flying here in the sim is we're doing the world tour flight, flying every country in the world. Should be finishing up with that if I do a couple flights a week, which is usually what I do in the world tour. If I'm able to do that, well, we should be finishing that up about February or March in the next year. And then definitely at that point we'll just be kind of open season to fly everywhere. When I'm able to, I usually can have enough time to get in my one world tour flight a day on my day off. But if I'm able to in the afternoon, I try to fly. I'm using a pilot's life, which kind of adds a career mode into Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right now I'm flying SkyWest Airlines, which is a regional here in the U.S. And I'm streaming those, putting up videos of those here on YouTube. My plan is, once I finish the schedule I currently have in that, I'm going to jump over to Ibex Airlines, which is in Japan. We're going to do some flying around Japan, regional flying in Japan, domestic flying. And kind of what I want to do is I kind of want to just bounce back and forth. I'm going to go fly in Japan for maybe 10, maybe 20 flights, and then maybe go back to the U.S. And then pick another country or area in the world and pick an airline, work, and fly in and out, and get to fly to some different airports. So at some point I'm going to do that for China. I just need to make sure we got the right airports. I mean, there's some big airports missing in China. That's why there's so many definitely people who are Chinese flyers here in Microsoft Flight Simulator are spending the time to introduce them to the sim, because unfortunately China is very underrepresented with the airports, some not even being modeled at all in the sim, which is crazy to me. You know, for example, Hangzhou International Airport doesn't even exist in the sim. I couldn't believe that when I went to Hangzhou and I was like, where's the airport? I've flown into that airport, you know, 3 or 4 times. So it's kind of disappointing that it's not there. And if I'm going to be doing domestic flying in China, we're going to fly into Hangzhou Airport, and if it's it's not in the sim, we're gonna have a hard time landing. So, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of cool ones that I've downloaded and eventually want to show off to the rest of the world. Really cool, weird, crazy airports. Some of the pretty crazy ones, like out in once you start getting out, it's more west, where you're in the mountains, you know, Hunan province, Hubei province. There's wild airports out there. Even further west, where you got airports that are probably, I think, 15,000 feet above sea level or something. And ridiculous ones where I don't even know how you set the plane up to take off from those. Now, how do you say your name? What's the pinyin for your name there? Is it Ke Yang? That's what those characters look like to me. I might be completely wrong, but they look similar. Ke Yang. Oh, let me know. I can actually type it in over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes we will be serving food. Please ensure all aisles are clear and bags are placed in the overhead lockers. That would be much appreciated. Thank you.
That's not a cut. What is that? Maybe that's who or ho. I'm trying to put your Chinese. Like everything I'm finding is it's like pinyin to the characters. Like I need Huh. I should have known that. That's like basic huh. Huh Zhang Yang. I wasn't even close. Well, Zhang Zhang. Yeah. Huh Zhang Zhang. Huh Zhang Yang. Yang Yang. Oh, welcome in. Took me a while there to have to save this. Kind of helpful. Helpful. Alright, 35 minutes to go. By this real time.
Airbus server eating meals as well as items from the snack menu. Please make sure your tray table is in down position. Take any items from the aisle. Thank you. Hi, Captain.
There's around 10 minutes left to run before we start descending, just in case you wanted to bring any remaining services forward.
Okay, no problem. We'll bring the remaining duty-free service forward and get it started in a couple of minutes.
Good evening once again from the cockpit. I hope you're enjoying the flight so far. We'll be starting our descent in approximately 10 minutes. The arrival weather forecast is looking good, so it should be a nice easy approach into the airport. We're not expecting any delays, so we should be able to land fairly quickly. Once we do start our descent, please make sure to listen carefully to any instructions from our cabin crew and pay special attention to the seatbelt sign. Thanks for flying with us, and I'll speak to you again soon.
Cebu A363. Expect Wave 1 Alpha. Arrival. ILS. Approach. Runway 06. Report when ready for descent.
Expect Wave 1 Alpha. Arrival. ILS. Approach. Runway 06. Report when ready for descent. Cebu A363.
Hey, Bon Airs, welcome in. All right, we just got let's see, Baya 1 Alpha arrival, ILS approach runway 6, report run ready for descent. Jump into Evergrass, get that up. Got runways, and Baya 1 Alpha. ILS. Right. Over to our flight computer. Get that our ILS 6 Baya 1 Alpha via Mia. These are too far out to see really. Land. A little good there. I think we have discontinuity. Oh well, keep an eye on that.
Proceed direct Bravo Alpha November.
Proceed direct Bravo Alpha November. Double go 659.
Alright, we're ready for descent.
Cebu A363, ready for descent.
Yeah, that intercept right there.
A363, descend flight level 190.
Descend flight level 190, Cebu A363.
Flight level 190. Belt signs on. And we're seeing some of the lights from the Philippines. We've been kind of, Philippines is right all next to us there. Kind of been able to see it off on our left, but a ton of lights. Just about to come over some land here. Near Olenao, Lingayen, San Carlos. Descending flight level 190. We have the in our destination data. That's what we need. Here.
Double Gold 659. Expect Bravo Alpha 3 Taipa. Arrival ILS. Approach runway 20. Report when ready for descent.
Expect Bravo Alpha 3 Taipa. Arrival ILS. Approach runway 20. Report when ready for descent. Double Gold 659. Double Gold 659.
Hi, Romeo Papa Lima Lima. This is from 1300 Zulu.
659. Descend flight level 190.
Got winds 120 at
Descend
5
flight
knots.
level 190. Double Gold 659.
What is this? 90. Oh, okay. So wind 125 knots variable between 90 degrees and 160. So there's actually a kind of a spread. That's what that is. Unlimited
Good
visibility.
evening once
Scatter
again
clouds
from the
2,500 feet.
As
Broken
you may
clouds
have
100.
noticed, we've begun our descent. Depending on the destination air traffic, we should be
10,000.
landing in around 20 minutes. In the meantime, I will be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. After that, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated and you'll need to stay seated until after landing. On that note, if you need to use a toilet, then you should try to visit one now as they will be closed during the approach. For now though, I will wish you a very good evening once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while once we've landed.
So temperature 29 degrees, QNH 1013, transition 11,000 feet. Check our chart. This is approach plate ILS, runway 6, localizer 109.1. I don't think we put it in here. These are just our radios. Right here. So, it's got the VOR in there. 109.1, there's our India Mike Lima. Sorry. Got our radio there. India Mike Lima, 109.1. The VOR, it's got 113.1. That's why that's showing up as, see that CIA right there. Charlie India Alpha, that's the VOR that it's got plugged in. Final approach course 61 degrees. 2,500 feet. Capture glide slope. Minimum is vision altitude 180 feet. Put that in. Actually, what am I trying to do here? It's on the performance page. I'm thinking, which plane am I in? So grid 80. I'll go in barrow. Now, if we were doing the height, that'd be 264. That'd go in radio. Do both, though. Yeah, I'll pick one or the other. We'll do 280. Just go by the B level. Airport elevation is 75 feet. The runway is at 16 feet, though, so big difference there. That's why the decision altitude is 280. The radio, radar above ground level is 264 because that runway is 16 feet. But the airport goes up, so very interesting there. Missed approach, we're going to track 61 degrees at 1,000 feet, turn right to intercept outbound Mike India Alpha VOR, radial 145.
People 8113, heavy, clear Tango Alpha Delta Echo
That's
3
showing right there.
Clear Tango Alpha Delta Echo 3 Romeo, arrival, save
Then turn right,
heavy.
holding over the VOR as instructed, or as instructed. VOR that we're going to need is 114.4. We want that radial 145. Let's put this in, put our final approach course as well. This the VOR is right at the airport. Well, VOR. Transition to 11,000 feet. Transition level is flight level 130. That's where we switch from flight levels to just feet. We're descending rather slowly for my tastes, though we tend to like to try to descend a little quicker because we don't have. I don't think we have. The can't get the spoiler to work. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. You know what? I have something set, and that's probably what's causing that. Okay, so we do have ground spoilers. We do have the abilities. I'm thinking that's like big a problem. So there comes the green dot. hey, we need to start speeding up this descent. Alright. I've been struggling with that on the A20N, and I think what it is because I actually have a button toggled, slider toggled, and it's not working the way I wanted to control the spoiler. I mean, fix that. That's what it was causing. Basically any time, because I'd always accidentally have it in the off position, so whenever I would try to do it here, you know, so let's say I put that out, it would go right back. Now of course it's not doing anything. I'm having no control with the slider, but at least if I have the slider in the up position. Alright, so I must have it like toggled like on or off or something. It's weird. A little inside baseball there. My controls. I see Manila. Looks like that's going to be Manila coming up in front of us. Let's check that landing altitude on the ECAM. Pressure page. He's giving us 0 feet. That works. Arrival page complete. Flight plan A, check. Performance descent page, check. Approach completed. Go around page, check. And the radio nav page, complete, check. Auto brake, we're gonna go medium. Don't need anti-ice.
Cebu A363, proceed direct ban.
Proceed direct ban. Cebu A363.
Cebu A113, heavy, contact Manila approach, 124.4. 124.4, say the M114.
You're following YT? Okay, check your bugs right there. So right next to us, that little city is a Tarlac city. And the airport, you can see that runway kind of flashing every once in a while right there. That is Diosdado Macapagal International Airport. That is our alternate Romeo Papa Lima Charlie. But we should be able to land at Ninoy Aquino, our destination. Further down. Kind of see the outline of Manila Bay. Alalos, Valenzuela, Quezon City, Manila, all right there. Sea lights. How does the autopilot disconnect? I forget how it does it. I'm not going to do it right now, but obviously we'll disconnect it when we're coming into land. Okay, flight level 190. Van will be a little bit lower, so we get our clearance.
Cebu A363, continue descent 6000, QN81014.
Continue descent 6000, Cebu A363.
Right? Well, I mean, you do... I mean, GPS, yeah. Do a lot of night landings when you're going through in those smaller planes. They don't have... at least from what it sounds like when you're doing a lot of the training, you're not using the autopilot a lot, you're flying by hand.
Monitor vertical speed.
Oh, monitor vertical speed. Okay, I've never heard that before. Is that because of this other...
Cebu A363, contact Manila approach.
Yeah, this other plane's not going to let us descend.
124.4, Cebu A363.
We're not going to be able to descend because of this other plane.
Manila Center, Cebu A433. Manila approach, Cebu A363, at flight level 150, descending 6000.
Not going to let us...
Clear of conflict.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Cebu A363, radar contact, proceed direct van, continue descent.
That was that TCAS system not letting us descend.
Climb.
Proceed direct van, continue descent 6000.
It's not going to let us...
A363.
We got that other plane and we can't...
conflict.
Cebu A652, continue descent 4000.
I think once we turn here, we should be able to...
Continue descent 4000, Cebu A652.
There we go. Finally clear. Yeah, that plane we were seeing.
Cebu A363,
Where he went.
Cleared by 1 Alpha,
Maybe we made him
arrival.
disappear.
Cleared by 1 Alpha, arrival, Cebu A363.
My airline? Oh yeah.
Cebu A113, heavy, fly heading 150, cleared by LS, approach at 2000.
I don't see anything about it yet.
Runway
Oh, it must have just... Oh, there it is, yeah. On October 12th, airline announced it has temporarily suspended operations. Yeah, we're trying to get Midwest Express back here in Milwaukee. It sounded like they were going to start up like last year, but I don't think anything's happened yet, so they're still waiting on that. That'd be nice to have a local airline here out of Milwaukee.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Cebu A363, continue descent 4000.
Continue descent 4000, Cebu A363.
Here's Manila. When I don't think that's the maybe. Yeah, that is. Yeah, there's the other runway. Yeah, that's right in front of us. That's gonna be runway 13. Then we're gonna be landing on this one, crossing. I figure out what that noise is. Hear that sound? What is that?
Cebu M113 heavy established on localizer.
Is that the radar or something?
Cebu M113 heavy, continue approach. Continue approach, Cebu M113 heavy.
New sound at least. Okay. Here.
Cebu A652, fly heading 255, continue descent 2500. Fly heading 255, continue descent 2500. Cebu
Alright, at the VOR, we should be at 4,000 feet. We're just about the VOR. We're then going to head out. Para. Para would want to be about 2,500 feet. That's where we're going to capture the glide slope. 7.8 miles out from ILS. We're going to get down to 4,000, then they're going to clear us down to 2,500. We're going to start bleeding that speed off. Hey, approach checklist briefing confirmed, ECAM status check, seatbelts on, Barrow 1013, that's both, go. Our barrel we have set at 680. That's 680.
Cebu A363, turn right heading 255, continue descent 2000,
let's actually check it. 280 set.
Right heading 255, continue descent 2500, Cebu A363.
Jeju A2305, fly heading 060, continue descent 2500. Fly heading 060, continue descent 2500, Jeju A2305. Cebu A363, turn right heading 265.
Right heading
right, so we do have that discontinuity. Let's intercept here. Gonna put that out.
Cebu A363, turn right heading 270.
Right heading 270, Cebu A363.
Cebu A363, turn right heading 280.
Beautiful.
Right heading 280, Cebu A363.
Cebu A363, turn right heading 295.
Right heading 295, Cebu A363.
Cebu F652, turn right heading 065. Right heading 065, Cebu F652. Cebu F652, turn right heading 070, clear ILS, approach at 2500, runway 06, report established on localizer.
2.
Right heading 070, clear ILS, approach at 2500, runway 06, report established on localizer, Cebu F652. Jeju Air 2305, fly heading 060, clear ILS, approach at 2500, runway 06, report established on localizer.
2,500. Monitor
Fly heading
vertical
060,
speed.
clear
Clear of
ILS,
conflict.
approach at
Monitor vertical
2500,
speed.
runway
Clear of
06, report
conflict.
established on localizer,
Descend.
Jeju Air 2305.
2,500.
Cebu Air 363,
Some,
turn right heading
some
060,
rough,
clear
clear of
ILS,
conflict.
approach at 2500, runway 06, report established on localizer.
Right heading 060.
Alright, so we're a little low now.
Cleared ILS, approach at 2500, runway 06, report established on localizer, Cebu F363.
Landing gear down.
All station seats for landing, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, because this is a nighttime flight, for safety purposes, I have left the cabin lights ready for our arrival. Please don't worry, this is a completely normal procedure, and they will be turned back on once we've arrived on the ground. Thank you.
Landing checklist. Crew advised. Auto thrust. Speed 134. ECAM memo. Blue.
Jeju Air 2305,
Or no, landing no blue.
established on localizer.
Full flaps.
Jeju Air 2305, continue
Ground
approach.
spoilers armed.
Continue approach, Jeju Air 2305.
Cebu F363, established on localizer.
Cebu Air 363, contact Manila Tower 118.1.
118.1, Cebu F363.
Jeju Air 2305, contact
Manila Tower, Cebu F363, on final, 06.
Cebu Air 363, wind 123 degrees at 3 knots, clear to land 06.
Cleared to land, 06, Cebu F363.
Manila Tower, Jeju Air 2305, on final 06. Jeju Air 2305, continue approach. Continue approach, Jeju Air 2305.
1,000. Hundred above. Minimum.
Continue.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
People A363, when vacated contact ground 122.0.
When vacated contact ground 122.0. Cebu F363.
Jeju A2305, go around. Go around, Jeju A2305.
Alright, exiting here, Romeo 2. Turn immediately here on Romeo 3, otherwise we'll go right to the other runway.
Runway vacated with Alpha. Cebu Air 363, taxi to gate 18 by Alpha Delta.
Cabin crew,
Taxi to
please
gate
disarm doors.
18 by Alpha Delta. Cebu Air 363.
Once that happens, we will start reboarding to be able to leave the aircraft.
Okay, our debut.
For the latest news, promotions, flights,
Try to find a gate here
check out
over to the international terminal.
Twitter with the official server.
Yeah, I kind of missed it. But yeah, I know what you mean. I just can't think of what it is in my head now. I definitely hear it when I do it. Alright, so they're saying Alpha Delta. That doesn't really help us. At gate 18. Oh, actually, I should have looked at that. Gate 18. Not where we're going. Oh no, it is. Oh, cargo terminal. Right.
Manila ground, Filipino 02, heavy, gate 19, request pushback and start up. 102, heavy, pushback and start up approved. Pushback and start up approved. Filipino 02, heavy. Manila ground, Filipino 02, heavy, request taxi.
Yeah, I think everyone asks.
Filipino 02, heavy,
Hear that.
taxi to holding
What
point
is that?
runway 06, 5 Delta Alpha. Taxi to holding point runway 06, 5 Delta Alpha. Filipino 02, heavy.
Look like cargo.
Manila ground, Cebu M113, heavy, runway vacated with Alpha.
Alright, the issue is we don't actually have an 818. Yeah, it definitely takes a strong computer just to be able to run it, and then with all the stuff I got going on. Not so bad here. It never seems as bad in
Cebu Air 363,
elsewhere in the
hold
world, but European and
Hold position.
American
Cebu
airports, I guess it's just so
363.
much bigger, maybe. Causes a lot of really make your pretty rough. Getting on this other CPU, Cebu. We'll go to this gate right here. Yeah, JFK. When I'm doing my SkyWest flights, flying into Chicago, even Louisville was like that. Wasn't so bad, and Detroit was all right. But yeah, almost every airport, just because there's so much traffic.
Pushback and start up.
Philippine 521, pushback and start up approved.
Pushback and start up approved. Philippine 521.
This guy is clearly pushed back. going, but
Manila ground, Philippine 521, request taxi.
Philippine 521.
It's gonna be gate
taxi to
6, so
holding
let's see if we
runway
can
06.
make
By Charlie,
GSX.
Bravo, Delta, Alpha.
Plane right there.
Taxi to holding point runway 06 via Charlie, Bravo, Delta, Alpha, Philippine
There you go. See,
521.
there is no gate.
Manila ground, Cebu Air 3953, gate 18, request pushback and start up.
Cebu Air 3953, pushback and start up approved.
Pushback and start up approved, Cebu Air 3953.
Go over. There he goes. And then he disappears. But he sits there. I try not to get in his way.
Cebu Air 363, continue taxi. Continue
Forgot
taxi.
to turn off that
363.
radar.
Philippine 102, heavy. Contact Manila
Right, everyone on the ground.
1.8.1. 1.8.1.
Yeah, the outside sounds are so much
Philippine
different
102, heavy.
than before. What's going on with the texture here at this airport? Ground textures leave a little bit to be desired. Okay, flaps retracted, spoilers disarmed, APU start, radar off, APU bleed on, engines
Manila
off,
ground, Cebu Air 113, heavy. Runway
Seat belts
vacated
off.
with Alpha.
internal lights as required, beacon light coming off, fuel pumps, off.
Ground to cockpit.
I guess
Go
we're just
ahead.
not at the right parking spot. We are
Hi,
at gate
Captain.
18.
Microphone check, please.
Look at that.
Crystal clear. 5 out
What a
of 5.
guess.
Roger.
Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. Please open the doors when ready and begin deboarding.
Okay, Captain. Ground power is available. Stand by. We'll start getting you offloaded in a couple of minutes.
Roger.
Well, we're at the gate, but I don't think we're going to be able to play with it. Kind of just mess things up. Yeah. Yeah, it's still not perfect. I'm sure someday we will have perfect ground. We'll finally get to that point. Power unit available. Payload, we will start boarding. I'm not sure what's going on with the textures here at this airport in the ground, but we are. Hopefully our flight out of here will be able to use the gate and everything. Not 100% sure what's going on with that, but GSX is always a little hit and miss at an airport that's pretty generic. Right. Take a look at Volanta and our flight. AirAsia right over there, yeah. They're all, yeah, so you can see they're parked the wrong direction. I don't know if they're ready to taxi out or what. Here's our flight. Hour 39 minutes for flight time. Block time an hour 55. Landing rate negative 157. That's pretty good. Distance 681 miles. 148 passengers. Fuel burn 3,641 kilos. So not bad. On that flight, we did have a few times where the TCAS system had to do some work for us, which is really nice. It all worked. World Tour map.
Manila ground, Cebu at 113, heavy, runway
Today,
with Alpha.
Obviously, we're in the Philippines. Go. Alright, next flight we're just going to be headed basically straight north to Taipa, Taiwan. And then from there we'll head over to Hong Kong right here. So thank you for coming along on the flight. As I said, just keep an eye out for videos going up of some of my regional flying, maybe re-uploads of some of the World Tour flights as well, with better quality. I don't know how good the quality was on this stream, but I did turn up the bitrate because I'm only streaming to YouTube right now, so maybe it's a little bit better. But I do find that this graphics card does not stream as well, but it does record a little bit better. So thanks for coming along on the flight. We'll be streaming tomorrow morning, the flight up to Taiwan. Hope to see you there. And until next time, happy flying. Take care.